Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of our holiday playthrough of Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. I'm TJ. Alright, so in the last episode we tackled our first batch of side cases for the Cordona Police Department, and most of them were pretty easy, but the last one that we did regarding the mystery surrounding the supposed vampire and who actually caused the murders in the graveyard, that was a little frustrating. I should have known that. I should have put the thought, or I should have had the mindset that the vampires weren't real.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
No one listens to us, so why should I listen to you, oofbird?
Sorry, and it was kind of challenging to investigate where the like there was a lot of when I went through I forgot what that vision is called. Look at something real quick. So when I went into concentration mode via John, to piece the evidence and the events together, it was I kept putting in the wrong people in order as to who was arriving in the graveyard, who did what to the first victim, who did what to the second victim, what was going on around the coffin surrounding the one of the murderer's sisters. And yeah, it was a little frustrating because there was a lot of events going on in that particular crime scene, but I was able to figure it out when I started thinking that, hey, wait a minute, vampires don't exist. So I had to it took me almost over half an hour to figure that out, but yeah, that was like the longest case I had to solve so far. And now we're doing another side case called Scapegoat, where apparently there was I guess there was some sort of ritual going on regarding a priest and 3 ladies wearing a mask, and the person who got his goats stolen just wants to know who stole the goat. Never mind who murdered the goat. We just want to know who stole the goat. And just based on all these testimonies right here, I was reading them carefully. It turns out, I want to say it was the Red Line that took it. It was like, let's see, yeah, so this is what we got right here. Basically 3 ladies dressed up in robes and animal masks and a priest right here. And the victim just wants to know who stole the goat. That's all it is. And the victim... Now, if you look at the first paragraph, the third sentence, he'd charge at anything red, but otherwise he's as calm as a cat. And the clue that gave it away was her testimony right here. This guy right here didn't do anything. He was a little tipsy, but these ladies were forcing him to drink. And one of them, wait, hold on. Well, he was already drunk, but I guess another one, I think it was her, the woman in the green ox, yeah. She was limping because she sprained her ankle during the dance, so she couldn't have stole the goat. Obviously it wasn't him. And so if you look at this statement right here, one of them stumbled, I gasped when they noticed me. The person that stumbled is the green ox masked woman. The one who fell tied me up, and the one who fell tied me up, that's the green ox. By the way, I'm reading the third paragraph that starts with the sentence, then one of them stumbled. And then, so back to what I was saying, the one who fell tied me up, that's the green ox woman. The other one in a lion mask forced me to drink wine, so she was the one that forced the priest to get tipsy. And I don't know where the third woman was, but when they stopped tormenting me, the goat had appeared. Actually, I think it was the black bird. So, hold on. a broken amphora with very expensive wine because of that goat. He probably rabid. Well, he was probably rabid. That's because if you look at the victim's testimony, back to the first paragraph, the victim states that the goat will charge at anything red. Hence his rabid attitude towards the red line woman. That bird should have known better than to steal this crazy animal. So, bird is referring to the black bird. And then if you look right here, we were dancing, we noticed someone that was this priest. I ordered the others to get him drunk, which were the green ox and red lion, or at least the red lion. No one must witness our ritual while sober because it insults the god of rapture. Oh, and about the goat, it was Lion's responsibility to bring it to the ruins. So, Blackbird might have Blackbird ordered Red Lion to get the goat, but after what Red Lion was doing, because he was trying to get the priest drunk, but after Red Lion was being too busy with the priest, Blackbird took it upon herself to steal the goat herself to bring it up to the altar. Hence, if you look right here, I don't know where the third woman was, but when they stopped tormenting me, the goat had appeared. Going back to the previous paragraph of that last paragraph, just remember, the one who fell tied me up, which is the green ox because of her sprained ankle. The other one in a lion mask, which is the red lion, forced me to drink wine. So yeah, and then it's blatant right there in the second paragraph. Bird should have known better than to steal this crazy animal, which is the black bird. So that answers the victim's case as to who stole the goat. But we're gonna piece this together to make sure that everything goes by properly, and make sure it is Blackbird that stole the goat. So let's piece these together one by one. Looks like there's 6 pieces of evidence.
Can't wait to get back to the station away from this smell.
My gut tells me some dark magic happened here.
The hoof prints end in deep furrows. The animal was resisting.
What a waste.
That right there is the red wine that was where they were trying to get the priest all drunk.
The robe is soaked with wine. Multiple bare footprints. I should examine them more closely. Multiple bare footprints. I should examine them more closely.
The priest said that he came here to stop the ritual. Did you really, Father?
The goat was torn to pieces. Ugh. Savagery.
I'll say the one with the prayer beads is the one from the priest that was hiding behind the bush. This should be interesting. Wait, that's the ox. I think the first one was the red line, so hold on a second. And that's Blackbird. That's the priest, but that wasn't him. Well, wait a minute, she's dragging the goat. So, hold on, Blackbird was the one. That was right. And the one that charged was the red lion. Nope. That's right. And then right here, I want to say is the priest hiding behind the bush. Wait, what's this? Oh, so hold on. Who grabbed the priest? Let's see. Sorry, the one that sprained the ankle was the ox? That's right. Hang on. Nope, she's still dancing. There we go, that's right. And then let's go back to the stake. And the one... That might be right, hang on a second. So the lion mask forced me to drink wine. I think that's right. That might be right. Alright. And then last but not least... Oh wait, do I have to change this first? Hang on a second. Oh, so the red line was the one that was forcing the priest to drink. Well, who was tied up? Was it the ox? That's right. That should be it. Alright, let's see if this works.
So, we have 3 lusty women engaged in a ritual. They're drinking and dancing when suddenly they hear a noise from the bushes. Their ritual seems to be working. There's a man they can get drunk already. While 2 of them are busy with the priest, the 3rd one leaves. She is the one who stole the goat and brought it to the ritual. The poor animal smells trouble and charges at the drunken woman with the amphora. Still, he couldn't break free and at the end was brutally torn apart and eaten alive.
Well, they attracted the attention of men. The police, at least. Sacrificing a goat to save your relationship problems. I suppose there's no harm in trying, except for the goat.
Can't wait to get back to the station away from this smell.
Mr. Holmes, I have great news. Our recent accomplishments have earned me a promotion. Sergeant Stark. It has a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
Please accept my congratulations, Sergeant. Your part in solving those cases was invaluable.
Come, Mr. Holmes, your part was just as important. Not without my guidance, of course, but you did an excellent job. Anyway, I'll be moving back to the office space. My days at this blasted desk are almost over. I won't be scapegoated now.
Good for you, I suppose. Speaking of scapegoats, I've solved the last case on the board. The goat was stolen by the lady in the blackbird mask. As if that makes any difference, judging by the atrocity I witnessed at the crime scene.
Yes, I heard about that one. The things women get up to these days. Ugh.
Well, I'm glad to have been of service. Now I have other matters to attend to.
Mr. Holmes, if I may be so bold as to make one last request. Do you remember that I told you that our chief inspector has been missing for a few months now? My current task is to establish his fate. I've tried to make sense of his last case, but it's a convoluted mess. I would really appreciate your help.
Fine, you have me intrigued.
Thank you awfully, Mr. Holmes.
Tell me everything you know.
Well, I don't know much. Just that it's connected to a gang called the Hive. Placido has been after their leader, the Hive Master, for years. But otherwise, I can't make head nor tail of it. Here, take the key to Placido's office. You might find some leads in there.
So is it Chief Inspector Placido who has vanished? From what I've gathered, he was a good detective.
Ain't that the truth? He was solving cases like shelling peas. Without him, things have gone downhill. He was a crotchety sort, always grumbling, fussing, taking his snuff by the handful, but I, for one, miss the old boy.
Very well, I'll see what I can find out.
One thing is certain, it's a dangerous business. Be careful, Mr. Holmes. Be careful, Mr. Holmes.
I just got an achievement for solving all the police cases on the board. I'm sure there's bound to be more.
I can almost picture you as an inspector, Sherlock. You'd lie on his sofa all day and still solve more cases than the rest of the police.
Wow. Must be serious.
Hive Master. Crime lords just love catchy monikers. The files are gone, that's odd.
I wonder what happened. Good missing?
This must have been an award for long and faithful service. A box of snuff. Strong stuff.
Let me see if Stark knows anything about the missing files.
Be careful, Mr. Holmes.
Now,
Fuck is that?
that is odd, to say the least.
Let's take the ear, Sherry. It'll bring us luck. You'll see.
Good lord, you can't be serious.
Nice. Always play it by ear, pal.
Damn it. I lost. I have to go to City Hall for that.
Be careful, Mr. Holmes.
Can I ask you a question? Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
Sergeant Stark's back at his desk, across from the Chief Inspector's office.
Oh, good. Let me go back real quick. I like how they refer to him as Sergeant now, not Constable.
Come closer and try something on. You won't regret it. The finest clothes for the finest citizens.
That's a nice jacket. Wear this or stay at home.
Of course. Think it over. Take your time.
Yeah, by the way, the Deerstalker hat, when I was a young kid, one of my favorite Disney movies that I kept watching while I was still living in Japan was The Great Mouse Detective on VHS. I was a huge fan of that movie, of like just role-playing Basil of Baker Street, and my brother would role play. I forgot what his name is. He was the mouse that was equivalent to Dr. John Watson. I forgot his name, but I have to look that up. But what I really liked about Basil of Baker Street and also Sherlock Holmes is that deerstalker hat. I was a fan of just like that hat itself, and
Does it look remotely familiar to you?
Should it?
Concentrate, Sherry.
hold on a second. I got a new case. I'll do that later on. But one of the things that I would do, I had never had a deerstalker hat, so I actually made one by getting two baseball caps and put one on top of the other, and have the visor part of the hat facing opposite of each other, and that would be like my own deerstalker hat. I was just a fan of wearing that type of hat at the time. It's not a big case.
May I ask for your assistance?
I can't help you with that, sir.
Okay, never mind. But hold on a second. I got a new case. This is Cody. You know, let's do this real quick. We'll rock.
Does it look remotely familiar to you?
Where is the question, though? Oh, let's see.
A large crowd gathered.
That looks like him right there.
I was here, young and passionate about the truth. Mycroft stood close to me. He was keen on my attending every official event, that I might prepare myself for the Crown service.
Lucky for you, that was the last time he did it.
There was a stage here, a tribune. The governor gave his speech there. He was lying through his teeth and nobody noticed, or didn't want to, but I noticed. I was extremely irritated by his lies. I shouted my opinions very loudly for everyone to hear.
The crowd went wild.
Why am I walking away?
Mycroft was angry but calm. He led me away from the stage.
Why did he take it back here, though?
He told me that I should keep my mouth shut, and that silence is golden. I couldn't stand for that.
Behold, Sherlock Holmes's famous adherence to justice was born here.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Are you lost, sir?
Not at all. I'm right where I need to be. I'm Sherlock Holmes, by the way.
Ursula Oni, the chief archivist. How can I help you exactly?
I need to take a look at the history of Cordona and its islanders to retrieve some, hopefully, useful information.
Your brother Mycroft told me that you were direct, and now that we've met, I can see that is true.
Someone in our family has to balance the evasive nature of my brother. Well, may I use the city archives?
You may, of course, but in return, perhaps dinner?
That's a high price to pay for looking at your archives.
I was teasing you. Pay no attention to me.
I'm curious, how did Mycroft recruit you? I doubt you're a field agent. I imagine you work with intelligence.
That's correct. Your brother noticed me when I tracked down a spy at the archives. That's how our cooperation began. And you? Did Mycroft force you into this?
Not at all. We simply have a mutual interest in someone. Or something.
Of course. A fruitful and willing collaboration, I'm sure.
Well, I'm his younger brother. I have to accept the consequences of being a close relative of an official figure.
I suppose, in a way, we are colleagues, Mr. Holmes.
In the remotest way possible, Miss Oni.
Have you found anything helpful?
Some other interesting things that occurred this past week. I was able to cop. I'm a sneakerhead, and I was able to cop the Jordan 1 Amamaniers through the Amamanier website. I got them on the same day that they were generally released from the Sneakers app on this past Wednesday. The Sneakers app, as well as other websites, need to take note on how to defeat bots, because, you know, bots is a bad thing. It's been plaguing a lot of websites, whether you're trying to get some shoes or even maybe some movie tickets, depending on the movie, or even more so like a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, like on GameStop or Walmart or whatever. What I had to do to bypass, there's a security checkpoint that you have to bypass to enter in line. To purchase the size of the shoe you want. So the way it did, actually, I'll explain in a moment. Let me take a look at something real quick.
I'll be right here.
Okay, so like I was saying, the way it worked on the Amamanier website was that, hang on, this is going back to the Sinking City. Okay, yep, I know how to do this. Sorry, so like I was saying, once I clicked on the shoe that I wanted to purchase, I click on the size that I want to purchase. Then once you do, the next page immediately goes to the a security checkpoint where you had to draw a box around a certain item that it's asking for. You know, there's like security checkpoints where you have to click on many pictures that say, click on the picture that has a tree on it. You had to click like a million pictures just to get to the next page and so forth. Well, this one I liked where you had to draw a box around like a tree or a bicycle or a mountain. Then once you do that, then it's going to take you to the next page where you are in line, quote unquote. And then I had to wait for about less than 5 minutes to get in line and purchase it. And luckily, it kept saying still available. And after waiting for less than 5 minutes, I got in line and said check out. I paid for it, and then boom, got the confirmation email, shipping information, and excuse me. And that's how I got the shoes. But yeah, I like that security feature, so that way it defeats the bots from automatically jumping people online and purchasing shoes the cheating way. You had 4 properties? Oh, there's 4 places to check out. Okay. There's PlayTHRU right there. By Stevenson's Bridge System. Okay, so it's somewhere right here.
I'll be right here.
Have you found anything helpful?
Help me, please.
No, sir, I won't talk to you.
Oh, did I pass it? This is the warehouse.
Clearing out on Hive Master's orders. Cornelius said he knows. Clearing out on Hive Master's orders. Cornelius said he knows what he looks like, but he's full of it. Clearing out on Hive Master's orders. Cornelius said he knows what he looks like, but he's full of it. Clearing out on Hive Master. Clearing out on Hive Master's orders. Cornelius said he knows what he looks like, but he's full of it.
gotta put 4 together? Holy crap.
Clearing out on high... Clearing out on Hive Master's orders. Cornelius said he knows what he looks like, but he's full of it. Clearing out on Hive Master's orders. Cornelius said he knows what he looks like, but he's full of it.
There are some chaps inside, and they're armed. Be careful, Sherry.
Probably a bandit lair. Let's do this.
Hey, this is Hive territory. Shoot him, boys.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
Time to knock this guy out.
Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
You're dead!
We can overcome the brute. Overcome him, don't...
I couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I couldn't miss the party.
Don't cry, you'll live.
The snuff's ready.
Take this! I'm coming for you.
No more crime for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I'm gonna hurt you!
Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
Couldn't miss the party.
No more crime.
Give him the pepper snuff.
coming.
Take a rest, my friend.
Eat lead!
He's all yours now. Go for it.
Don't cry, you'll live.
I have insignia. We're nearby. Over here, actually.
Someone's been burning papers, I see.
This is even more complicated.
Smells of burnt paper. Just another day in a smuggler's office.
Hive Master. The yarn from the letter.
Everything knits together. What a convenient way to pull the wool over the eyes of the customs house.
Apiary? Where did I hear that at?
Is this familiar to you?
No one listens to us, so why should I listen to you, oof bird?
May I ask for your assistance?
You want answers, but I don't want to talk to you, rich boy. So what happens now?
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Excuse me, just one question.
I'm not in the mood to talk to moneybags.
Hello?
Excuse me, just one question.
A gentleman deserves an helping hand.
How do you do? Gonna take a break.
Will I need a beast suit to get there? I'm gonna get stung.
Excuse me, just one question.
I have a question too. Who looks an idiot in his fancy clothes? It's you.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't want to talk to you, mister.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
It looks as though someone or something has escaped.
A statue of a buckled cage inside a city full of criminals. Let's take a closer look, Sherry.
Not yet. Let me look at the apiary first. Silver Hephaestus.
Do you know anything about this?
Do you know, I'd rather bite a snake than talk to you.
Let's just bite a dick.
Get off me! Sherry, don't even think about breeding these nasty things. Ugh.
Sir, I'm looking for a man who goes by the name of Hive Master.
Uh-huh.
That looks like the same shape as the office.
Chief Inspector Placido.
And what makes you think that?
Why, your missing ear, amongst other things. You need a larger hat. I've been investigating your last case on behalf of Sergeant Stark. Now I think I understand what happened to the Hive Master.
Humor me.
All this time you've been living a double life. A police inspector by day, a crime kingpin by night.
That's a good one. A bored old dog's been chasing his own tail. No, I killed this one. As simple as that.
But why? Everyone deserves a trial.
Wasn't my choice. He and his thugs attacked me when I went to arrest them. It was a kill or be killed kind of situation. Turned out for the best, though. With his cronies dead, not a soul knows what the Hive Master looks like. His own gang, scared stiff of him.
So you assumed his place to dismantle this criminal enterprise from within?
Damn right I did. And after I'm done, I'm not planning to go back. I've had enough of this rotten nest of corruption. But it just won't leave me alone, will it? First, they dismiss my retirement requests, and now they send a sleuth after me.
It's not like that.
I tell you what it's like, son. This is not the first case you've worked on for Stark, huh? That amateur promoted to a sergeant for his merits? I don't think so. You're not an officer. But from what I can see, you are much brighter than the lot of them. So what's your stake in this? You some sort of consulting detective?
Yes. I suppose you could call me that. My name is Sherlock Holmes, at your service.
Then do me a service, Mr. Holmes. Drop this case and don't tell anyone you saw me here. Let me enjoy my retirement in peace.
I have to ask, why are you so fascinated with beekeeping?
I just want a quiet life, away from the hustle and bustle. Watching the little workers like I once watched the criminal world of Cordona. Yes, it suits me just fine.
I have your ear.
What the hell? Give it to me now.
All right, but let's make it a fair exchange, shall we? I'll trade it for your revolver. You have little use for it now.
Deal. Now go.
I'll consider your request, sir. Either way, I must talk to Sergeant Stark.
Tell him I died a hero. Or a coward, I don't care. As long as they leave me alone.
New gun. Nice. Can I have your old one?
Leave me in peace.
Sergeant Stark's back at his desk, across from the Chief Inspector's office.
Any news, Mr. Holmes?
Chief Inspector Placido can be presumed dead. I was unable to find his body, but the evidence is unequivocal. He's gone.
I suppose I expected as much, but still it doesn't make it any easier. Placido was a good man. You would have liked him if you'd met him.
Yes, it's a pity. I'm sure I would.
In any case, no matter how bad, the truth is better than uncertainty. Please, take this as a token of gratitude. You've done us all a great service. Thanks again for your help. Good luck, Mr. Holmes.
The man deserves to be left alone.
Yeah.
So, Sherry, what case are we going to solve next?
So much work, so little time.
Alright, let's continue on with the story. That has to be it, the way that's structured. Near a church, somewhere near the bridge, and a church on the hill. Let's travel a bit.
Extra, extra! The Hive gets stung! A substantial police sting targeting the hideouts of the Hive crime syndicate. Interested in some Cordona news? Check the front page. You won't regret it.
Please let there be different
Come,
clothes.
take a look at our clothes and accessories. The finest clothes for the finest citizens.
This looks like the same stuff.
Of course, think it over. Take your time.
Yacht club? Maybe later.
Do you know anything about this?
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of that.
What is that dog chilling down there? That must be the church. Oh, it's a nice lighthouse. Look at that ahead. It's pretty cool. Is that a blimp? There it is, right down there. Looks pretty rusted.
Hey, Sherry, there's post here, and it seems as if the letter was delivered recently. Hey, Sherry, there's post here, and it seems as if the letter was delivered recently.
After reading that, I am even less eager to return home than before. Let's investigate our manor.
That's the Mycroft I know. Predictable.
There she is. Our old manor. It's smaller than I remember.
You were a couple of feet shorter back then, Sherry. Or maybe it's bigger on the inside.
An irreplaceable tool for catching a thief. I did not expect these to still be here. It was enjoyable to practice using real handcuffs to make an arrest.
Hey, that's Wooden Joe. He was always the best at playing criminals.
And this must be the reason our suspect was apprehended. Wood and glass. Oh, very precious. Look at the ash all over the door. I don't recall hearing of a fire.
We don't have to stay here. You can afford another night or two at the hotel.
It's stuck.
Oh well, let's just head back. They probably haven't even stripped our room yet.
Come on. Must be locked.
Move aside. Let me have a go. Seems fine to me, Sherry. This barrier, perhaps it's mental, not physical.
Or perhaps the rest of us are simply constrained by reality, John. I wonder if there's a key secreted somewhere in the garden.
Try to recall that memory about the policeman, Sherry. Concentrate.
Let me look around a bit more.
Why does this barn give me such an unpleasant feeling?
Oh, I know. It's because Mycroft used an axe to shoo you out of here. It scarred you for life, but I enjoyed it.
The policeman brought us both home, John. That's why he was here.
I'm pretty sure he brought something else with him too. Do you remember what it was? I bet it was our reward.
No, we were not so lucky. It was a set of lockpicks that we had used to sneak into someone's house. That's why we were arrested.
Did someone come out to investigate all the commotion?
It was Mycroft. He smoothed things over and convinced the policeman not to press charges. The officer left and never returned. But we had to endure a serious talking to from my brother. Mycroft wasn't happy about the fact that we were arrested. It felt like he lectured us for hours.
Did we give him something afterwards, Sherry?
Oh, yes. Yes, now I remember. It was a letter. That's why we snuck into the house. Mycroft asked us to. He wasn't angry we stole, but that we got caught.
Oh, that's right. It must have been only a couple of months after we moved to Cordona. Ugh, the good old days. Whoa.
How very odd. It appears that memory stood between me and the manor. It's as if my mind palace had seeped into the real world. This deserves further investigation. Perhaps there's more to discover inside.
As long as there is a comfortable place to put my feet up, I'll be happy. Maybe a chaise longue.
Aha! In we go.
Home sweet home, Sherry.
Something did happen that day, but no one can tell us the details. How can that be?
Agreed. It's rather suspicious.
Mycroft's umbrella, the only outgoing thing in his wardrobe. One of the first things I saw when entering this house as a child. It's like déjà vu.
And I was wondering why it's so empty in here.
There may be a small chance that some of our property could be found among local traders' wares. It is worth a look, wouldn't you say? Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
I heard footsteps upstairs a second ago. Wait, do we have an attic here?
Almost as good as mine. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it?
Another memory incoming, Sherry.
Strange. I struggle to recall anything about the day we moved in. The only detail I'm sure of is that it was raining early that morning.
Home sweet home, Sherry.
There was always a hat on our stand, but I'm sure it did not belong to Mycroft. Our mother brought a slew of belongings with her. She refused to leave a single thing in London. Mycroft had to spend the whole day dealing with it. This trip was a challenge for our mother. I tried to help her.
Do you feel it? Is it the air shimmering, or is it my imagination? You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Oh, I got that confused. That's John Sherlock, not Mycroft and Sherlock.
Your neighbors will be told that Mrs. Holmes is suffering from tuberculosis. It is common to move closer to the sea in such cases.
Thank you, Dr. Richter. No, Sherlock, step away from her. Upstairs. Go to your room.
Lean on me, Mother. Take your time.
Actually, I never heard her coughing. I remember now.
That's a good call out because TB, one of the symptoms of TB is cough, like a good severe cough. Well, it gets worse with it through time. That's interesting.
Oh, I feel dizzy. It's stuffy in here, isn't it?
John, are you all right?
I'll be okay in a minute. How about we find our room in the meantime?
Why, though?
I remember how angry Mycroft was about these marks. He called it a frivolous, childish endeavour. I think our family portrait used to hang here. Look at this. It's like travelling 10 years into the past with a single step. Oddly satisfying. Sharp and well balanced. It would be a pity to leave such a tool behind. Sharp and well balanced. It would be a pity to leave such a tool behind.
Coal dust from Miner's End, sandy dirt from the old city. We scoured the island top to bottom for these soil samples.
The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity. Look at this, John. Remember how desperately I wanted to learn the violin? I never had a proper opportunity.
Such a shame. I always hated the rule about being silent in this place.
The only fiction book on my table. I can still hear my mother reading it to me. So many pleasant evenings were spent here with the Encyclopedia Americana. Interesting. What's that over there?
Looks like a knob of some sort.
This doorknob has a cross-shaped end. Too intricate to be merely a handle.
You know what? That definitely looks like a key. Let's poke around and see if we can find any secrets.
A magnificent tool made for a spurious purpose, staring into the sky. I've definitely found a better use for it.
You mean for spying on people?
I just noticed that my controller vibrated a little bit when I go through the wooden handle evidence. Interesting.
This time I was first to pick beds. This one's mine now.
Cannot believe all my toys are still here.
Hey, they were not just yours, they were half mine too.
An artifact from Palau carved out of bone and claimed to be 300 years old. My mother proved it was a fake. My very favourite plaything. It was the perfect pirate treasure.
Oh, it reminds me of our neighbour. He had the same balloon in his yard, only bigger. Do you remember?
Yes. We visited him several times while living here.
You know, I saw that gas balloon from a distance. I don't think that's the same one, but
Wasn't that neighbour missing a finger?
That does sound vaguely familiar. Wasn't his name, Theodore? Theodore Gilden, perhaps?
It's the perfect time to investigate.
I'll never forget how challenging it was to obtain this simple sketch. Oh, these must be the notes of my earliest observations. We wanted to locate a particular dog we'd spotted, and we met it, didn't we? Need to repeat this one day, but with bullets. The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity.
This time I was first to pick beds. This one's mine now.
I'm seriously determined to find that hidden item.
Sharp and well balanced. It would be a pity to leave such a tool behind.
Coal dust from Miner's End, sandy dirt from the old city. We scoured the island top to bottom for these soil samples.
The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity. Sharp and well balanced. It would be a pity to leave such a tool behind. Perfect match. Still has a faint odour of tobacco, one of the few things on this island that smell like home. Made of cherry wood, Father's favourite. My small archive of crime clippings. Maybe I should pick up this habit again.
I knew you'd find it in no time. This time I was first to pick beds. This one's mine now.
Where's that gospel? I've never seen it from a distance. There's the gas balloon. That's all broken down. What's going on?
That wretch Goliath would murder us all. Mark my words.
Alright, we're gonna end the episode right here. Did a couple more side cases, and we're tackling even further in the main story regarding Sherlock's mother's death. But he's starting to reveal more information and events that occurred in the past, and to thinking that his mother may not have died of tuberculosis. And so there's a couple of people that were looking in Dr. Otto Richter, who was the doctor that was tending to Violet Holmes, and another guy, Theodore Gilden, who were actually at the house right now. Just real quickly, that he may know more about what happened with Violet, but after getting to his house, looks like something happened here. We're gonna find out in the next episode what's going on, and see if Theodore Gilden can shed some light on what happened with Violet Holmes. So you guys stay tuned for the next episode. I will see you then. Thanks for tuning in, guys.